So, Damas, we're here in your home village. Could you tell us how you came up with the idea of the Centre for Regenerative Pastoralism and your organisation and the story behind it?
Yes, I was born in this village some 35 years ago, and I used to go to school some 9 kilometers beside that hill there. And then I used just to go to school. I was more or less like a part-time pupil, going to school, coming take care of cows, and that was a lot of fun. We used to play with other kids and be happy. And luckily, I was like, I think the only kid here that time who succeeded to go to high school. And later on, I proceeded to university. I joined Moi University here in Kenya, and both for my undergraduate and degree and another degree later on. So after that, I got a job with Masai Mara University in Narok, and that is when I was there. I had an idea of starting a business. Here in Kenya, we are taught about entrepreneurship, which is a very good thing that the government instructed universities to teach. So you find that all the students doing every course, they were taught about entrepreneurship. And I said, the way to do business is to go back to my village, buy livestock, keep them, and breed them, and sometimes sell them. When you fatten them, then you sell them at a profit.
And were you missing the culture as well? Were you missing your family and the simple life?
I think what was triggering me was that for a long time I went with schooling, and I was so much detached to what my life was all about. So actually the purpose for me buying cows was just so maybe when they increase to a certain size, I'll come back to the village and live with the people, and just be a pastoralist, just be happy, living a simple life with my cows, and having everyone in the community with me, and just live that life and be happy. So that was my purpose. Then there was a drought between 2009. It actually went to 2012. We lost a lot of cows. Then we got some rains somewhere between 2013 and during that time I had become what I call, because here if you have a good number of cows, you get respected and recognized. So already as a young person, many men were appreciating me, the community was appreciating me. At least if I go to any gathering, I was given a chance to address people, because they saw that I have come back to the village and I've come back to the village and live with them. And when you have cattle in our community, people will respect you. So I have gained a lot of respect with the elders, with our people and everyone. So I built my herd. It was not a big number, but I had 127 cows, excluding the cows. So so during that time when that drought was happening, I was actually I was doing my job in the university, and I had people who were taking care of the livestock. So actually the way it went is that people moved south. They went to Tanzania, down closer to Lake Natron, and we kept losing cows as they were going. Every time we go, hear them, and anytime we hear news, people say they have lost 40 cows, they have lost 17 cows, they have lost 3 cows, they have lost. So we lost a lot of cows along the way as we were pursuing, looking for green pastures and water grazing and water for livestock. So, so I lost a lot of livestock. Again, I was not able to attend to my cattle because I was employed. I was working. So when people came back, because I think I went 2 times to Tanzania to look for how the livestock were doing. So it was very devastating. You see even old men crying.
Yeah.
You know, you see people, somebody saying, if I lose all these cows, I'll just take some poison and die.
Just commit suicide.
It was very devastating, and the situation here was also pathetic. People were hungry. There was a lack of food. The government was giving people some relief food.
But you were keeping your job because you had to continue to earn money to provide food for your family.
Yeah, it was, by that time it was very meaningful that I retained the job, because I was coming back to the village here and helping people. Many people were coming to me, we need money for food, we need and all those sort of things. So I was helping people still with my job. Now, so when this thing happened, in fact, when they brought those cows, they came to a place called Magadi, and I just came from my work, and I got into a bus and went to see the livestock, and I can't help seeing how the situation was. I really cried, losing many of my good bulls, many of my beautiful cattle, and all that.
How many were you left with in the end?
I was left with 14 cows.
14 cows.
Yeah, my father was left, I think, with 3.
Oh my goodness.
There was a family which went with the 200 cows, and they came with 7.
Oh.
So it was a very, 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 very bad time. So during that time, I came back, and we came back with those cows. Sometimes it was even hard to come out of the house in the morning, because every morning it is customary for a Maasai man just to come and see his cows. So every morning I could even actually be lazy, sometimes to wake up and see the cows. I was so discouraged as the other members of the society. And so because I was the person who had an opportunity to know what was happening, I did my own research. And so that what is happening is what we call climate change. So I came to a conclusion that climate change is a reality. It is dawning to us that droughts are happening like every now and then, and the severity of these droughts is increasing. So I said I want to come up with an organization that will help address the challenges that climate change is causing. So I came up with an organization called the Lekutuk Maasai Action for Development, that is AMAD. And one of the things that, one of the people who inspired me to see how I can work with pastoralists was Alan Savori. I saw Alan Savori video, not video, I saw his TED Talk.
TED Talk.
I think before that drought. So when all these things were happening, I could relate to what was happening. And then I went and said, I want to find out what Alan Savori is talking about, healing the land, restoring the land, and using cows to fight climate change, and restoring the land, and restoring grass, restoring food, restoring water, and all that. So I am one of the people who believe in holistic management.
And this is why we are looking to set up the...
Yes. So I said one of the ways to achieve or to implement holistic management with the Maasai is to come up with a center for regenerative pastoralism. We want to see beyond sustainability. We want to have pastoralism being a sustainable activity, and even take it back to the way it was when
And
the Maasai,
regenerate it, yeah.
and regenerate the land. And the Maasai was a very strong force, and we are less becoming climate refugees. Our people are moving away from villages, going to towns, because they can't cope with the situation here. So the way to help the Maasai is to, I said, we will come up with a center for regenerative pastoralism, so that one, we can regenerate land. Two, we can reverse climate change. Three, we can come up with mitigative mechanism on how to cope with the situation, like keeping breeds that are resilient to harsh climatic conditions, like the red Maasai sheep. I've chosen the red Maasai sheep deliberately because it is a very, very hardy breed that can survive in hard climatic conditions. So we want to have this center, teach people about holistic management, how to do plant grazing, how to heal their land, and how to regenerate the soil, and make our land the way it was.